Welcome, everybody, to One Stage at a Time, the podcast where we're playing through Doom. 1993's Doom, the one and only, except for all the subsequent ones and the remake, and, doesn't matter. We are in the midst, we're at the tail end of E1, episode 1 of Doom, one of 3. We are playing through Phobos Anomaly today. I am joined, as always, by my lovely co-host, Andy Prim.
Hello.
Hello, Andy. Thank you for being here. And we welcome once again to the podcast to finish out episode 1, Sam Ingersoll.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Sam. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah.
Doing okay, man. It's been a long journey, but we're done with Doom. This is the last episode of Doom.
This is it.
It had to end sometime.
If you were Sam's dad, this would be it.
If you were my dad in 1993, on your knees, with your glasses on, a cigarette hanging from your mouth, curse words spewing also from your mouth, this would be it, and you would hate Doom forever.
Playing the Super Nintendo version, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I basically had my own personal Twitch channel in 1993. I didn't play much games. I mean, I could have, but like my dad was really, really into it. So we would just sit on the couch and I watched him play Doom, Final Fantasy 3, all 3 Donkey Kong countries.
If your dad was a Twitch streamer, what would be the sound that would play when someone subscribes?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It would be
Hamana.
It would definitely be some kind of quote from an old movie, but I don't know what his favorite would be because he's a big fan of classic cinema.
Like how classic?
I can get down with that.
30s.
Okay.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, something like that. But probably something weirder. He was really into pre-code movies, which the Hollywood had eventually things got so out of hand, which is like nudity and smoking and whatever the hell, and
all the good stuff.
And like early 30s that they made a code that you kind of like the comics code. So the pre-code movies in the 30s were some really wild shit, really, for the time.
Yeah,
he was really
tits out. Yeah, all kinds of nice stuff.
Ass up.
That's why all those silent movies are lost today. It's because some super prudish guy just burned them all.
Well, I never. Straight to hell with all of you.
Well, we can't be letting anyone see these anymore. What's that? 1920s Cleopatra? Gone forever.
But yeah, he had a bad time with this level, as we'll see. But yeah, interesting level. Again, good music, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. The music on this stage is called, let me switch tabs here. It's called Sign of Evil. A great track by Bobby Prince. It's actually apparently based on or inspired by a song by King Crimson called Starless. Okay. So yeah, for all you King Crimson heads out there.
It sounded a little, that kind of makes sense, a little different, but seeing as what this level really is, it makes sense. This to me felt like a boss level.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a boss level.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very short stage. You have that initial opening area with all those pinkies around all those exploding barrels, which is a great moment. It's like you press the button and then the wall lowers and it's like, oh, fuck, there's like a dozen pinkies.
Yeah.
You just open fire. All those barrels explode. Most of the pinkies die instantly from all the explosions.
It's a circle of what's left. A complete circle of explosion barrels. So you shoot one and it goes, it's like, yeah. And it takes out most of the pinkies, like I said. It's a very, very, very satisfying moment.
It's like that part in Ocarina of Time when you're in Dodongo's cavern and you set off that one bomb flower and they blow up all the way around, and then it makes those big stairs fall down. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Never played it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. It's a little bit of a different vibe here, but I appreciate the comparison.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. And Sam, you need to play Ocarina of Time.
I've been told that for How long has that game been out?
A million years. It came out in
97?
1942.
42. You had to crank the Nintendo 2 to get it to work.
You had to put a quarter in the Nickelodeon.
64 cranks to get an hour.
Yeah.
One thing I really thought was kind of cool and clever, give it to you, Mr. Romero, was that the whole you open the map and you're on a big pentagram, right? And it's basically a giant red pentagram like from the other levels, which I thought was kind of funny. It was like, okay, kind of cool. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, instead of being a small one that teleports you, it's just a giant angry I thought this was Damage Floor the first time I played it because the red is it's like a throbbing red, and it's like, oh shit, I feel like I'm gonna get burnt if I step on that.
Yeah,
I was very cautious.
I didn't. I stayed in that little area just trying to fight these. What are these guys called, Andy? Are they Barons of Hell?
These are the Barons of Hell.
The Barons of Hell.
There's two of them, and they're colloquially known as the Bruiser Brothers.
I love it.
Well, I should say that's what id Software called them internally when they were developing this. So you can blame John Romero for that.
Romero.
Did you read Invincible?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, Aaron.
The Bruiser twins, their thing, right?
Yeah. The blue guys, they're the clones. They always argue over who was the original
clone. Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to file a lawsuit against Robert Kirkman. He stole my idea for the Bruiser Brothers.
Clearly, he's a thief. This was one of the first times in the game. The door opens, the Bruiser Brothers come out. I was like, time for the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't do that right away because I thought that I couldn't go anywhere. I thought I was trapped and I had to dodge back and forth while these guys threw their green energy balls at me.
Yep.
I almost killed myself with the rocket launcher because they got right up in my face. I didn't want to get off the thing, and I was blasting them. I'm like, I know this is killing me. I ended the fight with 6% health.
Shit.
Yeah, eventually I fell off on accident. I was like, oh, I'm fine. Okay, yeah, great. Here we go, rocket launcher. So let's switch. There it is. There's a secret.
There's one secret in this stage. It's right after you blow up all the pinkies at the beginning. When there's a stairwell you go down, there's a hidden door that leads to a soul sphere, which is having all that health is very helpful against the Bruiser Brothers boss fight.
Yeah, I carried over a bunch from the last level, so it didn't really factor into me. But yeah, that would be. Oh man, if you didn't have it already.
Sam, I wanted to say that you said, I think it was you said props to John Romero for the design here of the big red pentagram, but actually John Romero did not design this level. This was one of the only ones he didn't work on. Sandy Peterson designed this level. So Tom Hall, we've talked about Tom Hall before on this show. He was the guy that got fired.
About Tom Hall.
Yeah. He started working on this level, but then they brought in a guy named Sandy Peterson to finish it. We'll be talking a lot more about Sandy Peterson because he designed almost all of episodes 2 and 3.
Interesting.
I'm eager to see what 2 and 3 are like if that's the case, because I haven't I've complained about it before about how it just feels like slapdash. This area looks like this, and this part of the same level looks like this, completely different. But this level had a cohesiveness, and it clearly had a strong vision that I really liked, and so I'm really eager to see what comes in 2 and 3. Then, if that's the case,
yeah. Even though it was very short, I agree. It felt more like they had an idea of what they really wanted instead of just hallways and
yeah.
It kind of seems like the whole game kind of went from progressed outside the first level, because I feel like the first level is really well designed.
Yeah.
But they kind of had a progression towards this. I find it interesting that this is another John Hall, not I guess he had 2 levels that he didn't even finish either of them.
Pretty much.
John Romero on the other level finished it, you said. So I find that interesting.
That was Command Control, I think, that Tom Hall started, but John Romero finished. Tom Hall may have worked on some maps from episodes 2 and 3, but he didn't finish anything. Sandy Peterson came in and cleaned up the mess that he had left. I think probably so. I watched another interview with John Romero where he was talking about this stage, and I think he had the idea in mind that it would be like a shorter boss fight style stage, but that Sandy Peterson's the one that actually did the like the implementation of it.
It's great.
Okay.
It's superb storytelling too. Like,
Yeah.
like
I like how like all the walls lower and the arena is revealed. The two doors slide open and the Barons of Hell come out, which is an enemy that you've never seen so far. They're these like cloven hooved monstrosities, like 10 feet tall, giant demon horns, shooting this green fuck you energy, and there's two of them.
Yeah. Very much an awesome oh fuck, like oh shit moment, like oh, what are those two doors? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the? Oh, fuck.
Ow, my ass.
And depending on what difficulty you play on, if you play this on ultra violence difficulty, not only are there 2 Barons of Hell, there are also 10 specters in this arena.
Yeah, I see that on the video you're showing us. And I'm really glad I didn't play it on ultra violence because,
dude,
honestly, at this point though, like the pinkies and the specters, there's only 3 shots from a shotgun to kill them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's specters, but at least for pinkies, But again, they're invisible, so yeah. And like me and Aaron both didn't think we could even get off the platform.
Yeah.
So that would have been a little bit of a stress inducer right there.
Well, when I first played this stage, I confronted the 2 Barons and, got pretty excited, didn't know that I could step on the damage floor, freaked out, got killed. And then playing it again today on ultra violence difficulty, I was like, it's just 2 Barons, it can't be that hard, right? So I immediately like ran onto the red floor to like get ready to fight them. And I just started taking damage and I didn't know what the hell was hurting me. I realized there was a specter there. I tried to get away from it and just like more and more specters kept coming. And I was like just freaking out. I died, of course, and, several more times before I realized that it's not just 1 or 2. There's actually 10 specters that they've added, which is pretty rude if you ask me.
It's pretty rude, but
attitude.
Also kind of necessary, I guess, because like really the Barons of Hell aren't that bad.
No, they're really not.
Especially when you have a big area to play with.
Psychological.
Yeah. Like they take a lot they take a lot of punishment before they go down. And they can deal a lot of punishment, but their weapons are slow, so like you can dodge them pretty easily, especially if you have the space that this level gives you. So like they're not that bad. So like you'd need other enemies to really fuck things up for you. But I'm glad I didn't play it in ultra violence because fuck specters. God damn.
Well, the only reason I got to 6% health was because most of that I did to myself. Because they were really right up next to me, and I knew I was hurting myself, but I gotta kill these guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can step in this. Oh well, hey, there's a big health box, and I knew it was waiting for me.
Yeah.
So I knew it didn't really matter. But
well,
let's get
Big
on
Neck
to this.
Davis made short work of the specters. He
Sorry,
has some strat where he just like hangs out in the entry area to the arena and just gets the chainsaw ready and just waits for the specters to come to him before the Barons of Hell even spawn, which I didn't do. I ran between the 2 shutters that they spawn out of and got to the far side of the arena and took out all the specters back there before circling back around to the front and dealing with the Barons. But I suppose either way would work.
Clever. I love that you sprinted between the 2 and like instead of like going around.
Oh fuck.
I like how the Barons are big enough that they have a little more fidelity, and they look a little more stop motiony than like the soldiers and stuff. A little more shadow to their body.
They've got more frames, it seems like for their
more Harryhausen-y.
Yeah.
They look awesome. Like they look super cool.
So to put it in perspective, they take about 5 rocket launcher shots to kill, about 100 shots from the chain gun, and I want to say like maybe 20 shots from the shotgun. give or take, depending on how dead on your aiming is. So they can take a lot of punishment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I remember them from Doom 2016, and they take a lot of fucking punishment there too. Jeez.
Slightly different character enemy actually. Technically, those are cyber demons, I believe. In Doom.
No, there's the cyber demon, and there's the Baron of Hell.
I push up your glasses even farther.
Yeah,
actually, Samuel.
No, they get turned. You kill them, and then you go to the factory that's making the cyber demon, right?
I'm pushing my glasses up so far they're off my forehead now.
In your brain, through your head.
So there are several variants. There's an enemy called the Hell Knight, which first shows up in Doom 2, which is like a not as tough version of the Baron of Hell, but they're in the same class, so to speak. And then in Doom 2016, you fight the Hell Knights pretty early on. Then when you go to Hell for the first time, you fight the Barons of Hell, which behave a lot like the Hell Knights and have similar movesets, but they're just tougher, like faster and stronger and do more damage.
They are huge too.
Yeah, they're so fucking big. And it's so satisfying when you have enough chainsaw to one-shot them. You like chop their leg off and then bludgeon them to death with their own leg.
Good
yeah. But the Cyber Demon is kind of a separate thing. It's a lot bigger. It's a boss in Doom 2016. And it also makes an appearance in this game, which I don't want to say much more than that because I don't want to spoil it. But we will be meeting the Cyber Demon eventually.
Can't wait. No, I'm really curious to see how the Cyber Demon behaves in this game because he is tough as fuck in Doom 2016. He does that fucking thing where you think you beat him and then he comes back to life. You're like, I struggled through so much through that first part. How am I going to do this?
Enough struggling.
But it's such a cool fight. But you're like, yes, got you, bitch. After all that, I got. Fuck, he's getting back up.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Reboot.
Pretty much.
Cyber Stokes.
Speaking of like ultra violence, I started I gave a good earnest attempt at playing some of Doom 2016 on ultra violence, and I've not made it far, but I've made it somewhat through like the first section of the game. Hard as shit. Holy crap, it's hard. My God. I don't know if you guys have tried it.
Yeah, you got to remember to use like enemies as health pickups. So like, be very aware of your health and glory kill for health.
Yeah, but even doing that, like 3 hits from imps, you're dead.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. And they do this weird charge up thing that they don't do on Hurt Me Plenty, I don't think, where they throw like an even more powerful fireball at you.
I didn't notice that. I only played a real short chunk of it.
Man.
Well, may I suggest Get Good?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
son.
It's called Being Good at Video Games, sweetie. Look it up.
You might want to try and do that. Anymore. You do have a video game podcast for crying out loud.
I'm not good at video games anymore. I used to be okay at some games. Now I suck at them all. I played Dauntless because it's co-op.
I won't lie. I'm going to admit something. I beat Dark Souls 3, but I summoned people on every boss.
Dude, no shame in that. Absolutely not. Like, those games are so interesting because like they're kind of designed with that in mind. Like, there's a lot of bosses that are just unfair. Like Ornstein and Smo, it's a 2-on-1. You know, they just get on either side of you and bear bait you and just completely fuck your world up. But then you summon 2 friends, and it's like, oh my God, this is easy. This is no trouble at all.
You sit back and have a Tang while they kick their ass for you.
Yeah, I'm just back here enjoying a Tang. Why don't you guys do all the work?
Being an orangutan, like from the commercials, having a Tang.
The DoomGuy would have drank a lot of Tang, huh? Because he's like a spaceman, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of dehydrated Neapolitan ice cream and Tang.
Yeah, the best part about living in space is all the Tang.
That cracks me up, like the idea of him with like a little sippy cup through his little thing. His emergency induction port. You guys get it?
Oh, wait. Demons, time out for a second. I'm really thirsty. I could use a nice beverage. Would anybody like some Tang?
It's like from the Doom Eternal. It's like his shoulder-mounted cannon. It just goes. and like Tang comes out of him. Just go ahead, put your lips on it. It's fine. I clean it.
The Baron of Hell is like, oh, actually, that's quite tasty. I quite enjoy that Tang.
It's kind of tangy, and he goes, oh, and he goes, ha ha ha, oh.
Crunch.
I'm picturing the Baron of Hell is like has like a really posh accent, you know, because he's like part of the nobility. He's risen to the peerage of the demon realm.
Oh, Tang, we're strictly a Sunny D household. Thank you very much.
I'm actually a Baron of Hell.
He is Tang.
I'm not one of these common demons. I only drink brimstone that's been aged for over a century.
Speaking of brimstone, we haven't talked about the very last thing that happens in this level yet.
Not yet. Before we get to that, the fucking pentagram on the ground there, how metal is that? Holy shit.
So metal.
So metal. Fucking awesome.
Oh,
I
okay,
loved it. I was like, I took a second to appreciate it. I was like, fuck yeah.
So when you kill the barons, you walk around. The points all have power-ups. But you're kind of raised up off the ground.
I've been jibbed by DoomGuy. Oh, bother.
But there's nothing there. It's just a big open area except for this one block that has a button that makes stairs, and then you go up the top of the stairs. And yeah, like Aaron said, there's this freaking badass, like coolest looking thing in the game, pentagram. It's just sitting there. You've never seen something like it before. It's just hanging out. Like, what could this be?
Yeah, it's a pentagram.
What kind of Doom mystery do we have to solve?
You got like Beta Ray Bill there, like scowling at you. Right? Looks like
it's like this badass dragon skull Beta Ray Bill looking motherfucker sitting on top of a pentagram, not like the star, but like a drawn pentagram on a stone slab up on a dais in the middle of this, like off the big red star off in the kind of corner of this big open level with nothing else, just sitting there. So, I mean, you've seen some stuff before that, well, maybe switch or something. I've stepped on, well, maybe I should walk on it. Well, you think that would be a good idea?
Step on this.
Big mistake.
Yeah. I mean, you have to. The game makes
it's you need to.
You don't. There's no other way to go forward except for stepping on this thing. DoomGuy has reached the end. He's found the anomaly, and he's got to touch it now.
Oh man, wouldn't it be cool if I touched this anomaly?
I'm gonna touch it.
Maybe there's Tang in here.
It's just, there's signs all over that are like, "Do not touch the anomaly."
No, it's just signs that said "Free Tang" and like arrows written like with backwards R's and stuff, and like arrows pointing at the big, obviously scary hell-related pentagram. And he's sitting there like doing this on his helmet, looking at the signs, and then looking at the strumming it like rolling his fingers across his helmet on his chin, looking at the signs and looking at the pentagram.
From the pentagram to the sign, to the pentagram to the sign.
It looks fucking evil, but there might be Tang down there. So you step on it, obviously for the Tang. And what happens, Andy?
All right, so we are transported to another place, another time. It's a dark environment. There's enemies all around us, blasting, just infinite numbers of enemies. It's actually programmed so that the floor is damage floor here, so you're taking damage constantly. You're probably blasting away like a maniac, like
Romero.
John Romero is meanwhile sitting at home going, "Oh yeah, I really tricked them good with this one. They thought they could. They thought they'd beaten the boss, but then I fucked them in their asses."
Butler, make me another Tang and whiskey sour.
Oh man, that sounds vile.
That's the other cat. That's Noodle.
Hi, Noodle.
So he rickrolled everybody before rickrolling was a thing.
It's true, yeah.
So
there's some text that scrolls at the end here. It says, "Once you beat the big badasses and clean out the moon base, you're supposed to win, aren't you? Aren't you? Where's your fat reward and ticket home? What the hell is this? It's not supposed to end this way." It stinks like rotten meat, but looks like the lost Deimos base. Looks like you're stuck on the shores of hell. The only way out is through.
Let me sign it for you real quick.
Sam is flipping the double bird, and now he's alternating between hands. Oh, he's turned it down. He's spinning it around. Yep. He's fuck you. Text. Did you just do the Ross elbows together thing?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just real quick. Sorry, tangent. Ross is haunting me today because I sent a GIF of Ross earlier today. Haven't thought about Ross Geller from Friends in forever. Today he's been in my life 2 times. Freaking me out a little bit.
He's right behind you, Aaron. He's got Tang.
I guess I need to go watch Intelligence. Is that what his new show is on Peacock?
Yeah. NBC streaming or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's All Friends is on HBO Max now. But so this stuff, did you finish reading it? I can't actually read it on the screen.
You didn't read the last
paragraph,
but it's
the last paragraph.
That's a call to action to continue the Doom experience.
Okay. Yeah, the last paragraph is a sales pitch. The last paragraph is marketing by id Software.
Yeah.
Because this game was shareware. So, okay, in the interview with John Romero, where he's playing through this stage, he basically admits that this was he said we'd never seen something like this before, so we thought it would be fun to have you die at the end. Wouldn't that be cool? But also it was a marketing pitch, because since this was distributed as shareware, you would want to know what happens next. It's a big fuck you cliffhanger. You've just basically died, surrounded by hordes of demons. So you would have gotten this to play for free, and they wanted you to go out and order episodes 2 and 3 and play the full, registered version of the game, which worked. I mean, this game sold a lot of copies.
How did you do that then? Through a catalog, like a magazine? Something?
Yeah. So it's kind of unclear, but I think what would happen is you would play the first episode, which they got from it was distributed in different weird ways. I don't really understand it because it doesn't make a lot of sense, but they gave it away to retailers and had retailers sell it for whatever they wanted, and they didn't take a cut at all of episode 1. They just gave it away to anyone they could. They put it, hold on a second. My girlfriend is texting me TikToks. I got to put my phone on mute here.
What's the TikTok?
Find out.
Show us.
China.
Before it gets banned.
Yeah.
Look, folks, we got to get rid of TikTok. All of our TikToks are going to China. We can't keep our TikToks in America.
Kellyanne Conway's daughter really fucked him up by having those TikToks.
I don't know anything about that.
So Kellyanne Conway's daughter just shits all over Trump on TikTok all the time. And apparently TikTok just fucking loves her. And she's 15 years old. And she's just Donald Trump is a fucking racist piece of shit, and gets millions and millions of views.
Wow. That sounds super cool. What a cool person.
I mean, it's 15 years old.
Owning him on TikTok. Dang. Wow. Super cool.
TikTokers ruined his Tulsa rally. Good for them. That's what also pissed
That's
him
why
off.
he's mad. That's really why he's. They did a good job trolling the president. But yes, I believe that's why he's going after TikTok.
Probably, yeah.
I've been traveling around the country. Everyone says to me, "We don't make TikTok in America anymore. Why can't we have TikTok in America, Mr. President?"
Is that Michael Jackson? What is that?
Sure. Same person, really. So it was a shareware, and just I would keep referencing it, but the story my dad has told me my whole life is that that's where it ended on Super Nintendo. That's what happened, and I guess he didn't realize that. I don't know if it just continues automatically or if you have to go back to the main menu and select. When I've been playing Ultimate Doom, I have to select which chapter that I want to play. So if it's like that, maybe he just didn't realize that he missed out on 2/3 of the game.
So
I don't know. Maybe he just shut the game off in frustration at that part.
Yeah,
he must have read like the first paragraph and just been like, bah! Like
he's been burned before.
Ripped it out of the Super Nintendo and flung it across the room.
He had been burned before once. There's a game called, I don't know the exact title. Andy might know it. Krusty's like Factory, something Factory.
Krusty's Funhouse.
Yes, it's this puzzle game. It's actually kind of cool. It's kind of like Lemmings, but with little Itchies. Is that the mouse? Is Itchy the mouse?
Itchy, yeah.
Yeah.
You're basically, each level has a theme where it has like you're trying to kill the rats, and you can move, you can like lay bricks and use all these items and funnel them into these like machines that'll kill them, but it's different Simpsons characters that kill them in different ways.
So it's like the opposite of Lemmings.
You're trying to kill them, yeah, but you got to get them there.
I dig it.
But it's this really long, hard puzzle game, and when you beat it, it just shows a picture of Krusty that says, "Thanks for playing."
Yeah, I mean, that's what games were back then. You get
right. So I think that's maybe why he thought that this was it.
Right.
He's like, oh, next game.
Flush. Let's flush this one.
Come on, kids, we're going out for Tang.
Did someone say Tang?
It's like the Kool-Aid guy, but it's the Doom guy. Someone says it kicks your door down, just starts blasting stuff apart in your house with a shotgun.
Where's the Tang?
He shoots your mom.
Everyone's screaming. Yeah, he's like.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought your mom was a cacodemon.
and he's just sitting down. Like the kind of sounds they play in horror movies. It's just like a tone that's really scary. Like it just ends. Him sitting in the kitchen with like guts everywhere, holding the Tang. It's like, and it's like Tang.
Which brings us back to the Whitest Kids You Know with the grape skit.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna tie you to the radiator and I'm gonna grape you.
Grape you. I'm so happy they're back together. They're gonna get back together.
Yeah. It's cool that they're back together. I was sad that like their big break, their movie, Miss March, basically ended their like.
That a movie?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made a movie.
Yeah, it's called Miss March. It's about this guy who fell in love with this girl, and then he went into a coma, and then years later, his best friend like slaps him awake because his crush became like a Playboy centerfold, Miss March, and so they go and like, I never saw it.
It wasn't very funny. Literally the plot of the song "Angel is the Centerfold."
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Maybe since you didn't see it and I didn't even hear about it, their career was over a little bit before the movie came out.
I think their career was ended by bad marketing, probably.
Yeah, I like their show was on like IFC or something, and which was kind of a more niche channel on cable back in the day, but everyone knows it. Our age quotes it all the time. So
were they the ones that did the Getting High with Dinosaurs?
Yeah. That's the Trevor Noah. That was one of his. He did a bunch of songs.
Huh.
He did a good, like, I forget the name of the song. It's like a patriotic song about like, it's like a patriotic country song, but the chorus is about we need to start building guillotines again. To like take down all the politicians.
I don't disagree with that.
But they did like you know all the sketches.
Yeah, Lincoln.
That's the one. Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
my favorite one was one of their very first sketches. It's like a guy is outside. And he's like, "Hey, Bill," and it's like he opens the window. It's like, "What do you want?" It's like, "Come on." It's like, "What?" "Race war," and he's like swinging a baseball bat. "Come on, we're gonna have a race war. Like, come on, play." It's like, I don't know, man. I'll ask my girlfriend. She's like, she says I can't go. I was like, oh, come on.
I love how we came back to just talking about this sketch.
we tried to get away from
the Whitest Kids You Know. So next episode, we will be in hell.
Well, no,
From one
kind of
to two.
We will be on the moon of Deimos, the other moon of Mars, which if you remember the lore of this game, they were building a teleportation device to travel between the two moons. And one day Deimos disappeared from the night sky. So we've been fighting our way through the Phobos space. We've reached the anomaly, stepped through it, and now we're on Deimos. But Deimos is in the hell dimension.
Okay, so we are in hell.
We're kind of in hell, but we're not on the surface of hell. We're on Deimos, which is floating above hell.
We're hell adjacent.
Yeah, we're hell adjacent.
We're on the shores of hell.
We'll discuss this at length next episode.
Yes, but that's something to look forward to. Actually, being in hell, DoomGuy begins his adventure through hell.
He wakes up, someone's taken his Tang.
Okay, real quick, and we might cut this from the episode. But Andy, do you know when we encounter the bunny?
The bunny?
The bunny.
The bunny? You guys don't know about the bunny?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Cut.
No, we're keeping it in. It's fun tease, guys.
I'm not sure.
There's a bunny in Doom lore.
Honestly, this is...
I don't know. I honestly don't know for sure if it factors into the first Doom game, but there is a bunny in Doom lore that it's kind of become meme-ish at this point, but it keeps showing up in Doom games, so it's like a thing. It's like a real
Easter
thing.
egg or something,
I guess, but it is also part of DoomGuy's backstory. So, anyways, sorry, that's a fun tease.
Find out. Hey, something to look forward to.
Yeah, something to look forward to, along with jibbing the fuck out of hordes of demons on the shores of hell. Next episode,
Deimos.
Shores
of Hell. 3 a.m.
But yeah, we should wrap it up there. I think. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, let's wrap it up there.
Let's wrap it up there. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Go to onestageatatime.com for all of our things and all of our socials. We post some spicy memes every once in a while. And we want to thank Sam. Sam, thank you for being here, sir. Looking forward to having you back again soon. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. We're moving on to, the Ingersoll legacy. It ends here, so I want to see what happens. What we could have seen all those years ago. My dad had just paid attention.
Have your dad read
just a little more.
We're gonna do the next chapter. I'm like, Dad, you got to see this, and just bring up the internet and show him.
He just has flashbacks, just like.
He just has a brain aneurysm.
He's like, I'm like, here's the Tang, Dad. Drink the Tang. Drink the Tang.
Drink the Tang. It calms the nerves. Sam, how about you give us that sign off there, brother?
All right, everyone. Remember to save and continue.